Hey guys, Silver here, and today I'm going to be opening and reviewing the Dialga and Palkia hypersized monster collection figures from Takara Tomy. And Dialga is hypersized figure number 8, and Palkia is hypersized figure number 9. And I have reviewed several hypersized figures on this channel, and they have always been very nice. Hypersized figures are the largest size Tomy figure you can get, and they usually have a lot of mobility and articulation, so I decided to pick up Dialga and Palkia because I love them. I actually went with Palkia when 4th Gen first came around. I definitely went with Pearl, but I did play both games, and I really like these two legendaries. The concept of time and space is so interesting, so I decided to pick these two up and review them for you guys. So, looking at the packaging here, they have the same old Tomy packaging where you can see the whole figure essentially sticking out from the packaging. And then you just have the backs here. So, since I went with Pearl, I will save the best for last. I will do Dialga first. Alright, so we freed Dialga from the plastic prison, and again, they taped in the Tomy leaflet. I find that annoying. There's really no reason for them to tape this little piece of paper in, but there it is. And let's first zoom in on Dialga here. And look at that face. Dialga always looks so menacing with those red and black eyes it has. So Dialga has a matte finish on all of its little spines and its head pieces. And of course, you know where its diamond is. But its body actually has a blue, this blue paint here has a sheen to it. There are a couple of, I see a lot of seams and splotches on him, unfortunately. Like right here, there's like a different colored blue splotch on him. And there's a lot of seams on this figure. When they use this type of plastic that they use, you end up seeing the seams a lot, unfortunately. But it looks like Dialga's mobility here is all of his legs. All of its legs can move. And of course, with hypersized figures, you can actually remove them. So looking at the front of Dialga here, his front piece here looks great. All of the lines, very clean paint job. Of course, other than the splotch, but I think that's more of the plastic, not a bad paint job quality. It's just the way the plastic is. So all of the sculpting looks great. His claws here all look really 3D, sculpted really well. Of course, all of his spines and his piece right here look fantastic. And the copyright is on the back here, which is a perfect place for it. And it says Tomy Bangladesh. Huh. Normally these figures are made in China. That's interesting. So Bangladesh this time. And Dialga's tail here looks great. So this figure has really fantastic sculpting. I wish they chose a different plastic for his actual body here, but it is what it is. The figure still looks very nice. And let's set Dialga down here. And do a 360. And while his legs can move, there really isn't a ton of poses you can give him that would really work. This is kind of neat with his legs thrown back, I guess. But other than that, there really is not a lot of options for poses and stuff like that. But the figure itself still looks really nice, and if you are a fan of Dialga or having like a legendary collection, this figure would certainly fit the bill for that. Really nice figure. And while I'm at it, I just saw another splotch on on the top of the figure's head here, right here. I've been noticing that a lot with certain Tomy legendaries, like Latias. When I review Latios and Latias had a lot of splotches on it, so that's unfortunate. I might be able to get that off with a little bit of acetone, but the figure is still really nice overall, and no two figures are really going to look the same. They're all going to be slightly different in terms of paint quality. But there is Dialga. And now let's move on to Palkia. And I already showed you guys the Tomy leaflet for Dialga. I don't need to show you guys for Palkia. It is the same, just a different code on it. And let's look at Palkia. And Palkia again has those really neat red and black eyes along with the striped face right here. Looks great. I love Palkia's design. I really do. I love the pink. I specifically love his wings here. I always really liked using Palkia in Battle Revolution. I love his arm pieces here. The little pearl, I guess you would call it, in his arm piece looks great. The sculpting on his wings, again, is fantastic. And if you can see here, Bangladesh again for Palkia. And there are a bit of scuffs on his face right here. A bit unfortunate again. But the pink plastic they used for Palkia is very much the same as the blue plastic they used for Dialga. You can still see some seams and stuff like that, but they are a lot less noticeable because Palkia's light pink color won't show them as much. But all the sculpting looks great. I love what they did with his toes here. The way it goes in, the plastic has a little dividend in it like that. Looks fantastic. He's got the spike on the back of his foot. His little spine things here look fantastic. Palkia is a great looking figure. I definitely like it a little bit more than Dialga just because of the wings on Palkia. And you can actually move Palkia's arms. And that's a pretty humorous pose. Palkia just completely frustrated, so it threw its arms up in the air. But yes, you can move Palkia's arms and its legs move. So with Palkia, you do have a little bit more choice in how you want to pose it. And other than this little splotchy splotch right here, Palkia's paint job looks pretty flawless. And let's do a fast 360 with Palkia. And let's put the two together. They look fantastic together. I love the blue and the pink contrast with these two legendaries. Very nice designs. And then let's do some comparing. So we have Dialga Palkia, and here is Lugia, the most recent hypersized figure that I reviewed. I will leave a card up here if you're interested in seeing Lugia. But there are the three together. They look great. Lugia is very much in scale with these two. And for the next comparison, we have Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon here. And their scale as well is very good. You can see Primal Kyogre here. And then Primal Groudon. And these three, including Kyogre, are all very, very large legendaries. So the fact that they are all on scale and look good together is fantastic. And let's see if we can do a group shot. Kyogre's a little hard to deal with the way its fins are. And let's get Lugia back in there. So there is a hyper group shot. So if you like Dialga or Palkia, I would highly recommend these figures, especially Palkia. I really adore this Palkia figure. I love the wings, the sculpting, the paint job is fantastic. And Dialga is very nice too. I'm just a bigger fan of Palkia overall. And of course, I got these two from Hobby Link Japan. I will leave a link in the description as to where I got them. So if you are interested in purchasing them yourself, that's where I found them. Of course, I'm sure they will come over to the States and other countries soon enough. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Many more Tomy reviews are coming, including Hoopa, Hoopa Unbound, Salamence, and Mega Salamence. And then I will also have Mega Sableye as well. So I hope you guys stay subscribed and look forward to that. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.